Hello friends, today will be learning about factorizing quadratic equation. Okay, so as we know, the standard form of quadratic equation is like this: ax squared plus bx plus c, right? Where a and b are the coefficient and or a is the coefficient of x squared and b is the coefficient of x and c is the constant. So today we'll be doing a couple of methods of factorizing quadratic equation when a equals 1 and sometimes when you get a is not 1, it could be more than 1 or less than 1, right? So when a equals 1, let's take an example is like number 1 as a square minus 8a. Just pardon me with my handwriting here, sorry for that, plus 12. Okay, so if we compare this equation with the other equation of what is our standard form, right here, x squared bx plus c and a squared minus 8a plus 12, we can see a, that is the coefficient of x squared or the leading coefficient, that is 1 here, which is invisible. Then we have b, that is minus 8 or negative 8, and c, c is the constant, which is 12. Okay, now our first job is find out a pair of number, find a pair of numbers. If we multiply those two numbers, if we multiply, we will get 12. Where is the pencil tool? Right, we'll get 12. If we multiply, we'll get 12. And if we add, we will get minus 8, right? So if we multiply, okay. If we multiply, we will get 12. And if we add, we will get minus 8. Right? So you need to multiply those two numbers. If you multiply, you'll get 12. And if we add, we'll get negative. So which two numbers makes 12? First, find out that. Make a list. We can see positive 1 times 12 is 12. Also, minus 1 times minus 12, that is also 12. If you multiply those two numbers, we'll get 12. And we know 2 times 6 is 12. And negative 2 times negative 6 as well. If you multiply, you'll get 12. And the last pair is 3 and 4, positive 3 and positive 4, and minus 3 and minus 4. Okay, so these are the combinations of numbers. But we need to find out a single pair where if you multiply them, you will get 12. And also, if we add, we will get negative 8. And we can see only these two numbers are those two numbers, those magic numbers. So we got our factor. Our factors are s, and the constant part would be these two magic numbers, s plus minus 2 and s plus minus 6. And if we simplify plus and minus, it will become s minus 2 and s minus 6. Make sense? Now, we'll do a couple of more methods. Let me just clean this board. where our next problem is like, suppose we have 2s squared minus 2s squared plus 16s minus 24. Okay, so first equation was when a, our leading coefficient, was 1, but here our leading coefficient is not 1, it's -2. So what would be our first job? Our first job is that find out if there is any common factor in between these three terms, 2s squared, 16s, and 24. And I can see there is one common factor. And what is that? That is -2. So if you take -2 out from these terms, you will get positive s squared minus, yep, go ahead, 8s, and plus, what times 2 is 24? 12. Now see, remember the first problem was the same this problem, s squared minus 8s plus 12. So here we know that the factors of these s squared minus 8s of 12 that we did earlier, which is s minus 6 and s minus 2. So this is the same problem, but in disguise, multiplying by 2. So we can solve this way. Our third method is a little bit trickier. And that option is when we don't have any common factor. Like our leading coefficient is not 1 and we don't have any common factor. So suppose if we have a problem like this, 2x squared plus 5x plus 3. So here you can see the leading coefficient, which is a, and this is not 1, this is 2 here, right? And 2, 5, and 3, they don't have any common factor. So what we will do? Here we'll use a magic trick. This method is called X method or magic X method or X trick, whatever you can say. So we will follow some rules. What we'll do? The first job is that multiply these 2 and 3. So what is the product of 2 and 3? That we will write right here. Okay, and the value of b, which is 5, we'll be writing down here. All right, now we will do the same method what we did earlier. Find a pair of numbers. If we multiply them, we will get 6. And if we add, we will get 5. Okay, so if we multiply, we will get 6. And if we add 2 numbers, we will get 5. So you can see 3 and 2 would be those 2 numbers, because 3 times 2 is 6 and 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, now the last part. What is that? That is, now we need to divide these 3 and 2 by the leading coefficient, and which is 2. So we'll get a kind of fraction, 3 over 2 and 2 over 2. And then we will simplify these magic x. Since we got, you can see 2 over 2 here. This is not in lowest form, right? This is not in the lowest form. So our job would be in next step, we need to make them in lowest form. So I'm just writing the same number here and 3 over 2 as it is. And we'll simplify by this 2 over 2 and make it 1 over 1. Okay, now this is the last part. We got our factors. So our factors are like tag, parentheses, tag, and our variable is x, variable is x. We just add. Okay, now what will be the coefficient of this x? coefficient will be the denominators. So here first one is 2 and second one is 1. So we write that 2 and 1. And what will be the constant? The constant would be the numerator here, 3 and 1. So write it down, 3 and 1. So we got our factor. Final answer is the factors of 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 is 2x, let me write it nicely, plus 3 and x plus 1. If you use FOIL method and multiply these two terms, you will get back to here by using distributive property. Okay, so this is our magic X method. I hope you understood here and it makes sense. Thank you very much.